Hi friends, it's Miss Doty. So now that we've spent some time talking about places in our country from this book that we read right here, we talked about lots of different places like the prairie and the forest, canyons, the desert, mountains, and we even learned about a new place called the marshlands where there's grass and water together. So we talked about lots of different places, and we even talked about beaches because that's where we live the closest to. We have so many beaches where we live, and I asked you to come up with 10 things that you can see at the beach. So I hope you were able to come up with 10. And today we are going to read another story that looks like this. It's called Can You Say Peace? And on the cover there are lots of people that look like kids, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they all look pretty different, right? You can take a look at the cover of the book and you can see that most of these children look very, very different. Some have different color skin. Some have different shape eyes. They have different noses, okay? Some have different hair color. These children are all very, very different. And this book is going to show us about some different kids from all over the world where we can see all different habitats and all different places where things live. So we are going to get right into this book. Can You Say Peace? It says, today is Peace Day all around the world. Children everywhere will wish for peace, hope for peace, and ask for peace. All around the world today, there will be many different ways to say peace. Now, peace is just like being nice to someone or just like being kind, okay? Peace means that we're making good choices and we're doing the right thing and we are being kind to our friends. So we are going to meet lots of different children and they are going to say peace in lots of different ways. So first, we have a girl named Meena. Meena lives in India and Meena says Shanti. Shanti is how you would say peace if you were from India, which is very, very far away from where we live. Emily lives in America. So this is a picture of what Emily looks like, and that's what a lot of us look like, right? We go to school with our notebooks, and we wear a headband and pigtails, and we have bright colored clothes. And it says Emily lives in America. So this is where we live. And the way she says peace is peace. Just the way we would say it. Kenji lives in Japan. So here's a picture of what a friend might look like who lives in Japan. And this is a picture of maybe some things that we could see if we went to Japan. So we can see a child on a bicycle. Maybe this is what their homes look like. Lots of mountains in the back. And lots of green grass. And I even see a river down here at the bottom. So if we were from Japan, we would say heiwa. That's how you say peace in Japan or in Japanese. Lynette lives in Australia. So this is a picture of Lynette. And this is what we might see if we went to Australia. Lots of trees and these little friends in the trees. Do you remember what they're called? If you guessed it right, it's a koala bear. We see lots of koala bears in Australia. And the way you would say peace in Australian would be Kur tu ku. That means peace in Australian. Carlos lives in Mexico. And this is a picture of Carlos. And this is a picture of what you might see if you went to Mexico. I see lots of donkeys and chickens and little homes back here in the background. And it looks like lots of farmland and green grass and maybe some hot weather though too. And the way you say peace is paz. Hannah lives in Iran. This is a picture of Hannah. And this is a picture what you might see if you went to a place called Iran, which is very far from here. This is not near us. And Hannah says soul. That's how you say peace if you were from Iran. Stefan lives in Russia. So this is a picture of what a boy might look like if he lived in Russia. And this is a picture of what Russia might look like. So I see lots of different things here. In Russia, it looks like the weather is very, very cold. You guessed it right, and we can tell that because there's snow, and snow is falling, and all of the kids are wearing lots of things to keep them warm. I see gloves, boots, hats, and a jacket and a scarf, and these puffy maybe snow pants they call them, and lots of green trees. And Stefan says peace like mir. So if you were from Russia, you would say mir to say peace. May lives in China. So this is what a girl who lives in China might look like. And this is what a picture of what it looks like in China. It looks like they have a river and people are working on the river. And this is maybe a tiny house and they're having a picnic and there's lots of birds and green grass. It looks like they have some mountains too there. And if we were like May and we were from China, we would say peace like Hei Ping. Hei Ping is how you say peace in Chinese. Claire lives in France. So this is a picture of Claire, a girl who lives in France. And this is a picture of what it looks like in France. I see lots of water, a bridge for the cars to go over, and lots of big, beautiful buildings. These don't look like tiny homes. These look like shops and stores and beautiful, beautiful pictures. And if we lived in France, we would say paix for the word peace. Here is a picture of Siddiqui, and he lives in, or she lives in Ghana. So this is a picture of a friend that lives in Ghana, which again is very far from here. This is not close to where we live. These friends are from all over the whole world. And this is a picture of what it might look like in Ghana, okay? So lots of kids, and there's little tiny homes, and we have some green trees. And if we were from Ghana, we would say peace like Gumjiji, which sounds like a silly word, but that's the language that they speak in. So if you wanted to say peace, you would say Gumjiji. Our next friend's name is Alona, and she lives in Bolivia. And this is what she looks like. She has a soccer ball, which I know many of you friends love to play. And this is a picture of what it might look like in Bolivia. So we see lots of kids playing soccer, and again we see big buildings here. No little tiny houses. We see big buildings and big cars too. And if we were from Bolivia, we would say Mocacamanía, which is very tricky to say. But if we lived in Bolivia, just like this girl, Alona, that's how we would say the word peace. All around the world, children want to go to school, to walk in their towns and cities, right? Which is what we do. We go for walks and we go to school, to play outside and to share food with their families. They want to do all of these things and feel safe. No matter how we say it, we all want peace. So peace means that everyone is getting along and making good choices. So we want everyone to share. We want to share food, and we want to share like items and things that we have in our lives. And we want to be safe all the time. So if we have peace with somebody, it means that we're friends and we're making good choices. Can you say peace? And now we have a big, big picture of all the friends that we met from all the different countries and places all over the world, and all the different ways to say peace in different languages. This one was my favorite. If we were from Ghana, we would say Gumjiji. And that's how you say peace if you were from Ghana, and all the other places that we talked about. The end. All right. So I would love if you could draw me a picture of you and a friend, maybe who looks a little bit different than you. You could draw two friends maybe that look a little different. Maybe they have different hair color, or maybe they have different skin color or different eyes. And you can draw two friends playing and sharing together, sharing food or sharing toys or sharing stories, and showing kindness, right, and peace with each other. So I would love to see your peace pictures. Make sure you send them to me, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.